Welcome to 9 Point Started With a Dream podcast. Our goal is to showcase the stories of athletes and the community that supports them by being authentic about their journey. Here's your host, Jacoby Gillum.
Yo, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host as always, Jacoby Gillum. Question for you: how do you deal with critics? How you deal with people doubting you? Do you let it get to you, or do you just ignore it and just say, I'm gonna be great regardless of what you think of me? This episode, we have Marlain Veal, and that's what his mindset is. He was told he's undersized. He was told X, Y, Z, but he was just like, yo, I'm gonna be great regardless of what you think of me. And his journey is so cool just to see, how he went from New Orleans to playing ball in Turkey, and just, from the injuries to everything that he overcome, and just to get to where he is today. And I think something that we can all learn from, and something we can all grow and gain some insight from. So hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you gain some insight, and let's get to it. So Marlon, the question that everyone that comes on is, when you're younger as an athlete, what was one of your biggest dream goals you want to achieve?
Biggest goals I wanted to achieve was just to make my family happy. That's just really one of my biggest goals. If my family's happy, I'm good with everything else.
So even as a kid, that was your main goal?
Absolutely.
What about that drove you, right? Because the reason why I ask you that, because all people come on, they're like, I want to go to NBA, I wanted to be an Olympian, all that stuff. But you were like, no, it's just about making the family happy.
Nah, really growing up, I ain't have a lot. I ain't have a lot of things. My mom made sure she got us on, whatever we needed, but I didn't have a lot of stuff. So seeing my mom in certain situations I've been in, I just always wanted to make sure at the I don't want to ever live this again. I want to make sure my family's straight. That's the most important thing.
For sure. And I think a lot of us can make that, because like me, I'll raise my mom too, right? So for me, it's everything I do, I'm I want to one day give her back what she gave me. Just how she grinded to make sure, I was able to go to school here and do all the other things. So for you, how do you think I'm going to go about achieving making a family proud and all that stuff?
I mean, that's the most important thing. That's one of the main things that motivate me.
So how do you think you're going to go about doing that?
I just thought I was going to try to be the best player I can be in basketball. I really realized that at a certain point that it's a lot of people that can't guard this. Things I do, it's a lot of people. I done played against some of the top players in the nation. I done played against so many people, NBA players I done played with. They can't stop this. Nobody. So I just feel like I can make my family happy doing what I love.
I watched your IG a few days ago when you first started. I was like, yo, this dude nice. You quick.
Yeah, I think I realized at a certain point that people used to tell me I'm fast. Man, you fast. But I didn't really realize it until I got to really my senior year and this past season. I realized my speed different.
Because I was looking at it you have a crossover, and you can transition into that to your next step, and it's just realize they're you already passed them.
It's second nature just to just do certain movements other people. I don't see a lot of people react that fast.
Yeah. So for you growing up, how do you find basketball? Was it just there?
My mom told me I was in the womb. My mom, she always tell the same story about how man, she used to hold me down at the doctor's office. I used to have to hold her stomach down because I'd be in her stomach just moving so much. And she said she used to have to hold her belly down, so all the water noises, used to be so loud. She was man, I used to be dribbling the basketball in her womb. So she always tell that story. And ever since I was a kid, I just was drawn to basketball.
So growing up, you said you're drawn to basketball. So in school, was it just you were always the best at it, or was it something that you kind of had to progress over time?
I really was always one of the best, growing up, even in whether it's middle school, the city. It was at one point to where I was always one of the best, but I was always one of the smallest as well. So when you're younger, that's a factor because everybody is bigger than you. You just certain things that I couldn't help, strength wise, that might be why other people was thought to be better than me. But skill wise, I always thought I had the upper hand. But when you playing basketball, size does matter sometimes. So. But as we got older and I was able to figure out a way to handle myself, it was over for that.
So being, kind of I guess, an underdog a little bit? Did it kind of fuel you? Like, if a dude was like, yo, I'm 6'1", I'm about to, stomp you, whatever. Here you almost
Oh yeah,
like,
it don't matter. I didn't dunk on 7 footer. Like it don't matter. Especially once my athleticism. I was always athletic, but once I started dunking, like it added a different element to my game. Like even 6'10" niggas moving out the way when I'm driving to the goal. I'm looking like, what the hell? Like these niggas just moving out the way.
yeah. So for you, do you kind of always have this kind of chip on your shoulder a little bit, or you just like, I'm just gonna play?
Nah, I mean, when you playing and if you're a guard, in my size, like you got to be playing with a chip on your shoulder because that'll be the only way you survive, like on the basketball court. So I feel like every small guard plays with a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah. So growing up in New Orleans, right? There's opportunities that are good and opportunities that are bad. So how did you kind of like make sure you stayed in the right lane to make sure you were able to achieve those goals?
I just didn't get in trouble. Like I didn't want to face my mom's wrath, so I just stayed out of trouble. So the fear of my mom kept me away from a lot of things. So I think I was never like a bad kid ever. Like so, I just always was never in trouble. Like talking about it.
My mom, like she had this look. I was like, I don't want to see her look no more. So I was
Not at all. Not at all. I was the same way.
Yeah. So when it came down like to kind of going to college, how did you, was it like I was going to stay home, or were you ever opportunity to go other places? Or?
Well, I had some offers, but it was no like offers like I felt like I deserved. Like my senior year in high school, I won every award like you could win in the state of Louisiana, except a Gatorade Player of the Year, which was what goes into Gatorade Player of the Year. Like it also goes into like community service hours, stuff like that. Like the student GPA, like I didn't have the highest GPA, but like my senior year, I won New Orleans Metro Player of the Year, like district MVP. Like I won almost every other award other than those two. So like I felt like I was one of the best players in the state.
How did that feel? Just to know that you were one of the top ranks, like among your peers. Just to know how the journey started. To be like to look back on like my senior year, be like, dang, I came a long way.
I mean, when I started getting these awards, like after my senior year, I'm like, all right, I might get this award. But then, like district MVP, they had one of my best friends named Melvin Frazier. He played for the Orlando Magic right now. Like he was in our district. Like I'm thinking he about to win it. He got all these D1 offers from all these top colleges, and I won that. Like I was like, damn, that's crazy. I could have swore he was gonna get it. Like. And I would have been happy for him because he like one of my best friends. Either way it go, like I would have been happy, but I just thought he would have had the upper hand in that race.
And mom feel once, you started doing all the achievements and stuff like that?
I mean, my mom is like never surprised at anything I do. Like she always tell me like my brother goes up and shows her my highlights on his phone, like, and she be like, okay, like she don't be impressed at all. Like you've been doing this, like it ain't no surprise. She don't even like seeing it. She's like, oh well,
this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, right, exactly. So
that's what's up. So when it came down to choosing the school, you went to, I want to say, was it Southeastern?
Yeah, Southeastern Louisiana.
So going from, being the top dog, and in high school, how was it that freshman year?
So like my freshman year, they had like 6 or 7 seniors like on the team. So like, and then they had like a starting point guard who was a senior already. Like he had transfers there from Murray State. So he had already been there. He's like a veteran point guard. So when I got there, it was like, oh yeah, I know I'm gonna play, but like these dudes trying to show me that they seniors, they gonna play. But like fast forward like 6, 7 games into the season, I started every other game after that. So it was really a learning experience. Like I really had to learn how to play basketball.
So
like my freshman year.
Because like before you were just athletic, right? You were just able to just be quicker than how you had to like kind of learn like more, I guess.
I had to learn how to I was just too fast for myself. I just had to slow my game down and really like learn how to watch film and like analyze the game and see where I need to, like, instead of jumping up to throw this pass, I need to jump, stop, pivot, and just throw this nice little simple pass and just get this assist instead of trying to throw that bitch behind my back between 4 people.
Make the highlight.
Like, yeah, right, exactly.
So who'd you idolize?
people don't know one of my favorite point guards, like Jason Kidd, Allen Iverson, like dudes like Baron Davis, Gilbert Arenas, like them dudes is killers. So, and then like, people call me Baby Westbrook, but like I don't try to play like Westbrook, but that's what people see. I can't be Russell Westbrook. I'm not 6'2", 6'3", crazy powerful guard. Like I don't do the same thing, but people tend to try to compare us.
When I watched your first highlight on IG, I was like, dang, he had like that Westbrook type athleticism, and like that the way you quick with it. But what's cool about you though is like you're 5'9", right? Around there.
Right.
So you 5'9", doing stuff, that he's 6'4", whatever it is, 6'5",
363.
Yeah. So it's like
I met him like twice.
Mm-hmm. So for any kid out there, that's right, that people think that they're too short like that. What would you say to them about just attacking the game?
I mean, I had this thing that I say like kill the critics. Like don't never listen to what people got to say. Like just kill the critics. You take that in and let it motivate you and let that shit bite them in the ass. Like you know what I'm saying? Like kill the critics.
Yeah.
Shut their mouth.
So the next 4 years, right? You said after 6 games you were starting. So how did that rest of that journey go? In college and just the ups and downs.
So I chose my school because like my head coach like came to my high school and like really sat down and talked to me like multiple times, like, and really wanted me to come there. So like no other, school like really showed like that they really loved me and they really wanted me there. So that's really why I chose Southeastern. And he just, trusted me to learn from my mistakes. He let me make some mistakes. He let me learn from my mistakes, and I became a better player because of it.
So when you're in college, was there ever a thought of going pro or just like, I'm just going to go here, and just see where things land?
Nah, I mean, I knew like one of my goals was to graduate from college, because also something like my mom motivated me to do to graduate from college. Like I didn't go to Duke. Like I'm not about to be a one and done player. Like why not get my free degree?
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And that was just like, it was always to go pro. Like I always knew I could play pro. Like it was just always, underlooked. Like even I think I could have transferred from Southeastern and probably went to a bigger school and, went to a bigger school and probably had to compete with some other recruits. Like in college, these coaches don't care. Like they'll recruit somebody over you quick. So after my sophomore, I think my freshman year I averaged like 7 points. My sophomore year I averaged almost like 15 a game. So like basically everything doubled, like rebounds, assists, steals. Like I doubled almost all my stats going into my sophomore year. So like I could have transferred, but I was like, I might as well stay where I'm loved, like where I can do what I want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where the coaches allowing me to be Marlain Veal, like instead of going to another school and they try to like contain me. Yeah, right, exactly. And colleges tend to do that.
Mm-hmm. And so your thing was, let me stay where I can be authentic to myself instead of trying to get molded to somebody else's system.
Right. Why not be a legend somewhere? Like I think I might as well just be a legend here.
Why not be a legend somewhere? I like that. So when you got to like that senior year, right? You had to graduate. How did you think I'm gonna make this pro journey happen?
I think my senior year I was like 16, 17 a game or something like that. Like I still like going into my senior year, we had a preseason scrimmage. I tore my meniscus in 2 different like places. So I like went to the doctor and they like, man, you got to get surgery and be out for a year, like, and sit down and redshirt. Like, I'm like, man, I'm not about to do a whole another year of college.
4 years enough.
Yeah, like I've been here too long. Like and then like that summer going into my senior year, like I was like training hard, like in Los Angeles. Like I was feeling like the best I ever felt. Like I thought I was going to average 20 plus. Like I thought I was going to be good. And then that injury just like set me back. Like if I wasn't hurt, there's no telling. Like I averaged 16 while I was hurt. My knee was the size of a melon like the whole season.
You played the whole season with meniscus tears.
Yeah, torn meniscus.
Dog, that's something right there. Cause
like really only my teammates, like a lot of the coaches and my teammates know, like, but a lot of people don't know that. Like So I could have averaged 20 plus probably. I think I would have averaged 20 plus. I was feeling like the best I had felt, like experience wise, create my shot wise, athleticism wise. I was jumping out of the gym crazy.
How did that change your game? Kind of like I've been through like the ACL things. I know how that kind of made
Man,
me.
I couldn't touch the rim most of the season. Like I went from always the dunker, like to like not even touching or getting close to the rim, like the whole year.
Oh dang! So it kind of alter your style a little bit.
Right. So like at the beginning of my senior year, I think I was shooting like 14% from three because I would be leaning, and I think it's also a blessing. I think too, and I'm gonna tell you why. But I was shooting like 14% from three, and like the first 6A game we playing Texas Tech, like we playing, some top teams, like, and I couldn't hit a shot, and I was missing wide open shots. But I had to figure out. I'm like, why am I missing? Like, so like my knee was so weak that I was relying on my left leg so much to where I was like leaning on all my shots when I started to watch the film. So I just decided to like change my whole shot into like a jumping shot instead of like a flat platform shot. I started jumping on my jump shots like real high, and I started balancing more and started making a lot more of my shots. So I went from like 14 to like 39%, like over the next couple games. So like starting to jump on my shots helped me like be able to come off screens more and be more comfortable shooting. Like, so it helped me with, playing against taller guards. I could jump on I'm used to jumping on my shots. So like, I think that helped me a lot.
It kind of made you have to evolve your game now instead of relying on the athleticism, you got to rely on the jump shot now.
Right.
So you said it was almost like a blessing. Is that what you meant by that?
Right.
No.
Like it taught me to like be able to hit shots over taller players, like be able to elevate over people on certain shots.
So when it came down to, the year's over, you're now a college graduate. How did you think I'm gonna go pro now? Was it just like NBA, G League, or was it always thinking like overseas? Like, how do you think about what that looked like?
So like, I was thinking like maybe I might be able to get like at least a G League tryout or something. Like somebody might put in a word for me because I had a lot of connections. But like again, the G League is like everything basketball is politics. Like at that level. So like if you're not on anybody's list, somebody ain't been watching you, it's tough. So like even after my senior year, I just went to work out. I was working on people and just getting seen. And I wound up getting in contact with my agent. And he wound up just being able to finesse me a good job in a good league. And I wound up being able to play well.
So what's your first team overseas? Where was it?
It's finals in Bursa, Turkey.
Turkey. So what was it like going from New Orleans to Turkey?
It was crazy. It was like, in New Orleans, it's like we below sea level. Like in Turkey, it's mountains everywhere. Like it's just totally different.
The weather different.
The food is crazy different. Like New Orleans is like got some of the best food in the world. Like you go to Turkey and they eat like olives and they eat salads and I don't eat that. That's nasty.
You were like, no, I want some boudin, something like that, right?
Like, it's all kind of crazy stuff I've never seen before they put in salad.
So how'd you adjust to that? Like going from the boudin to the okra to eating salads and stuff.
I mean, I just ate what they had. They had certain things that I can eat out there, so I just kept it to a minimum and ate what I like.
Gotcha. So you were always had the flash to you, right, to your game. So when we got to Turkey, was it just like, all right, I'm gonna show you what I do?
Oh, of course. That was like, I'm really a pro now. Like this is my dreams come true. Like I really got to do it. Like this is my job now. Like why not? Like kill. Like I feel like I'm about to kill, and that's what I do with everything, especially basketball. Like I feel like I'm about to be great. Like nobody can guard me. That's how that's just how I feel. So I'm gonna go get some buckets, and I'm gonna be a winner.
I know you say yeah that phrase. Kill the critics. Were there any critics when you first stepped overseas?
I think they had to have it's always gonna be critics out there. Like he played in a small D1 school. Like he was gonna kill them. Like it wasn't like high major one, like major D1. Like even in high school, he killing them, but he ain't gonna do this against some of the top ranked players in the nation. Like So like when I finally got a chance to go pro, like I'm doing this. The niggas that's been doing this for years, like, and I'm cooking. Like my first official pro game, I had 46, 11, and 13. Like not too many people can say like that. They did that for their first pro game.
I'm guessing you fixed the knee? Did you have surgery, or you just let it heal naturally?
So like after my senior year, after the season, I got the surgery like a week later after we lost our last game, and like literally like a couple of days, like maybe a matter of fact, I think the day after the surgery, like they was telling us you may not be able to walk or it's gonna be hurting for this amount of time. And I walked out of the hospital, like I walked out of the hospital, like I felt a little pain, of course, but like it wasn't like how they was telling me.
Yeah.
So like the next day I went to class and like our team was playing like free play around like 2:00. So like I walk on the court, like I'm like, man, what the hell? Like I don't feel no pain. Like am I tripping? So like I shot the ball. No, as a matter of fact, this is what happened. This is what made me realize it. Somebody shot the ball, and then like when the ball go right by you fast, I like off reaction, I like ran after the ball. And I'm like, what the hell? Everybody looking at me like, what the hell? What you doing running, dude? Like, what you running for? Like you just had surgery yesterday. I'm like, I don't know. So like everybody like take it easy. Like so like 2 days later, I walk in the gym after class. I'm like, man, I'm about to shoot. Like nobody in here. So I'm shooting. I'm like, my knee feel good. Like, and another dude named Matt, like he was a walk-on. He came down and I just so happened to like dunk the ball. And he was like, no way. Like, no way you just had surgery. You just don't. And I was like, nah, you got to record this. Let me see. So he recorded it and I did a windmill. I'm like, no way. I'm like, no way I just did it. I just had surgery 3 days ago and I did a windmill. So it just so happened that the very next day I went to class and my coach called me while I'm in class. He never called me while I'm in class. So I walk out of class. I'm like, what's up? He was like, man, the NCAA dunk contest people like call for you. Like they want you to come do the dunk contest. I'm like, what? I can't do that. Like, it was like, you can't do this, right? I'm like, I sent him this video that I just recorded like the day before, like me doing a windmill. He was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing jumping on your knee? I'm like, coach, I probably could do it. Like, he was like, you shouldn't do it. So I was like, damn, yeah, you're right. Like, I just had surgery. I shouldn't do the NCAA dunk contest. So, like, I waited. I called them. I'm like, I just had surgery, right? They're like, we don't care. Like, somebody dropped out. We need a replacement. Like, even if you don't dunk, you could just come, have your name on ESPN, like, and just enjoy the event. I'm like, oh, you cool. Like, that's a win-win, basically. Like, that's a win-win. So I went with having my mindset, like, I'm not going to dunk. But, like, we went to the arena and all the, like, people all the participants on the court, like, so I started dunking. I'm like, man, I feel good. Like, I might well do the dunk contest. Like, it's tomorrow night. I could go ice my knee, like, try to get it to feel as well as I can. And I wound up doing it.
That's what's up.
And I wound up having a number one play on ESPN that night. That was crazy.
That's a wild story, man. Like, you went from meniscus tears, played the whole season, graduated, had surgery when the season was over, then you go on the dunk contest.
A week later. Literally a week later after surgery.
You got dudes missing 6 months for meniscus tears, man.
Right. I mean, after the dunk contest, though, I didn't do anything, like, for a while. For maybe, like, the next 2 weeks. Because, like, it was throbbing after the dunk contest. Like, it was...
That adrenaline wore off.
Yeah, I couldn't, like, the first 2 nights, I couldn't even sleep because it was hurting. I just had to, like, lay with ice on my knee.
So let me ask you this, right? So when we first started, you said, like growing up, you didn't have much, right? Like, you were like, you're grateful for what you had. Right. So if you could give words to advice, to like some kid that's like went to the same school with you right now, that's trying that was just like you at your age, what would you say to him?
Never listen to what people got to say ever. Like, nobody's opinion matters but your own. Like I always felt like I was this good, but if other people ain't feel like that, well, it's on them. I'm still gonna keep the same mindset, and that's what's gonna make me better than them over time.
I like that. Because like you said, because in the day, some people are dream killers, right?
Right.
They doubt you because they doubt themselves.
Right. Exactly.
So that's what's up. They can see you doing great.
They might doubt me just because of somebody else, like just because they never seen nobody else do what I'm doing. Like, so it's not possible for me to do it because you ain't see nobody else my size do it.
And you, in your mind says, be legendary somewhere, right?
Right. Be legendary or be forgotten.
Yeah. So as you kind of like now you're a pro overseas, right? So what's next for you? So how you plan the rest of this journey going for you?
I mean, it's going great. Like, I'm just gonna let God, steer the wheel, and whatever happens, happens. Like it just so happened, like this league that I played in, it takes some players like that come from like my level small D1 school. It take them 3, 4, 5 years to get to like the level of the league that I played in. So like, I'm was probably gonna get to play in first division Turkey. They got ex NBA players, Shane Larkin and niggas like that playing in that league. Like they might be making 1.2 million, right? If I get 30 on Shane Larkin, I should be getting 1.2 too, huh?
Hey, I think so. The math add up that way, yeah.
I mean, that's how it should go, I think.
Yeah.
So I get to test my level of play and see what I'm going to do against some of the top players.
And what year are you over at the pro?
No, this was my rookie year. So
this was your rookie year. Oh, dang. So yeah, so you got a lot of opportunity left.
Oh yeah, of course. I hope so.
You're just getting started, man.
Of course.
That's what's up. So for the last question for you then, so where are you at social media wise? Anything we kind of mention right now? People can go follow you and check you out.
Oh yeah, follow me on Instagram. My first name, 0, my last name, and then on Twitter, same thing. So like I mostly be on Instagram. So just follow me on there. Go look at my page. It's gonna be crazy what you see on there. You're gonna be like you're gonna share it to some people.
Yo, I want to check you out because you said you're a rookie this year, so I can only imagine what year 2 is gonna look like once you come out.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Me and my agent have this set up to where I'm about to work out with this elite trainer to get like my knee back right, so I can shake my knee all the way back, so I can get my full athleticism back. Like that's what I think I'm about to. What's about to be crazy about my second year is I can get all the way healthy. Like I can get the right training I need. Like I can take advantage of certain things. Like last summer, I didn't have an agent to help me out. Like I didn't have anybody helping me get this workout, or like I was doing everything on my own. Like so, it was kind of tough. But now, like I got different resources so I can, become the player that I want to be. And that's what I think is gonna be crazy. Like my second year gonna be even crazier.
How'd you find your agent? Because I talked to Justin whatever. Justin nice.
Yeah,
good dude.
What really happened is my barber like met him. So like my barber was telling him like, man, I got this dude. I cut his hair like me. I got this other dude, but this other little dude like he nice. Like I think you should rock with him. He tough. So I guess like that's how that happened. Like wound up getting this link from my barber.
Hey, the barbershop where it's at, man.
Right.
They make all the connections.
Right. So I wound up getting with Justin and getting like a good job in a good league to where I'm gonna be able to prove myself and be able to move up from that. And that's exactly what I think I'm gonna do.
And mom cool with it? Mom?
Oh yeah, she's straight. As long as I'm good, she good.
That's what's up, man. Yo, Marlain, you having you on, man, learning your story and just to see the journey. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, talk to you soon.
Yo, thanks for listening to this episode of the 9 Point Started With a Dream podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please comment, share, leave a review. We would love to hear your thoughts. You can find more athlete-driven content at 9point.com. Till the next episode, you're only one opportunity away. Peace.